Look around you. The world is filled with talented people who never made it. People with natural gifts who are sitting on the sidelines of life, watching others, often less talented individuals, pass them by and claim the success that could have been theirs. Their potential withered on the vine while someone else, someone who refused to rely on natural ability alone, pushed past them through sheer force of will. This isn't a coincidence. This is the unchangeable law of achievement that most people are too afraid to acknowledge. We've been fed a comforting lie our entire lives, a lie that makes mediocrity easy to accept and failure convenient to justify. They're just naturally gifted. Some people are born with it. I don't have the talent for that. These poison words have killed more dreams than failure ever has because they kill the dream before it even has a chance to live. They provide the perfect excuse to never even try. Talent gives you a foundation, nothing more. It might give you a head start, but what good is starting at the front of the pack if you stop running halfway through the race? What good is natural ability if it makes you lazy, if it convinces you that you don't need to work as hard, that success should come easy to you? Talent without work is like having the world's most powerful engine in a car with no wheels. Impressive, but utterly useless. Hard work is the great equalizer in a world that is fundamentally unfair. It doesn't care about your circumstances or your excuses. It doesn't care who your parents are or what connections you have. It doesn't care what school you went to or what you look like or where you're from. Hard work only cares about one brutal truth. Are you willing to show up when others won't? Are you willing to keep pushing when every fiber of your being is screaming at you to stop? The person who practices with focused intensity for 5 hours a day will inevitably outperform the natural, who practices with casual indifference for 1. This isn't opinion. It's mathematical certainty. It's the compounding interest of effort that builds over time, widening the gap between the dedicated and the merely gifted until what once seemed like a small difference in commitment becomes an insurmountable chasm of achievement. Most people don't want to hear this harsh truth. They want the shortcut. They want the hack. They want the magic pill that transforms their lives overnight while they sleep comfortably in their beds. They scroll through social media looking for the secret that will make success easy, that will deliver results without sacrifice. They're looking for a fantasy. Success doesn't work that way. It never has, and it never will. Success is built in the quiet moments nobody sees or celebrates. It's built in the early mornings when your body aches for more sleep. It's built in the late nights when your friends are out having fun. It's built in the private battles with doubt and fear and fatigue, moments when you have every justification to quit, but you force yourself to continue anyway. These unglamorous moments, strung together day after day, are what separate those who achieve greatness from those who merely dream about it. Every single day you wake up, you make a choice that defines who you are and who you will become. A choice between comfort and growth, between what feels good now and what will feel immeasurably better later, between the path of least resistance and the path of greatest reward. The talented person who consistently chooses comfort slowly watches their advantage erode. Their skills stagnate. Their confidence fades. The fire that once burned bright dims to embers and eventually goes cold. Meanwhile, the average person who embraces discomfort as the price of progress slowly transforms into something extraordinary. They build not just skills, but also resilience, discipline, and a great belief in their ability to overcome challenges. Day by day, choice by choice, they remake themselves into someone who doesn't need to rely on talent because they've built something far more powerful: character. This isn't about one heroic effort. It's not about working yourself to exhaustion for a day or a week. It's about the small, seemingly insignificant decisions you make every single hour of every single day that compound over time into a mountain of difference between what you could have been and what you became. We're constantly bombarded with stories of overnight successes that feed our toxic desire for instant gratification. We see the end result and convince ourselves it happened quickly, painlessly, almost magically. This delusion keeps us comfortable in our inaction. Tear away the veil from any overnight success, and you'll find years, sometimes decades, of relentless work hidden from public view. The musician who suddenly gets discovered. They've played thousands of hours in empty bars, faced rejection after rejection, refined their craft when nobody was listening. The entrepreneur who suddenly creates $1 million business? They've failed at 3 previous ventures, lost money, lost sleep, lost relationships in pursuit of their vision. The athlete who suddenly breaks records? They've trained through injuries, pushed through plateaus, sacrificed pleasures others take for granted. Success is like an iceberg. What people see is just the tiny fraction above the water. Beneath the surface lies all the brutal, unglamorous, painful work that made it possible. The world celebrates the victory but remains blind to the battle. You might be thinking, but some people really do have natural advantages. Some have better genetics, better environments, better opportunities. You're right, they do. Life isn't fair, it never has been and never will be. And it doesn't matter. Because while you're focusing on what you lack, someone else with less talent, less opportunity, and more determination is outworking you. While you're crafting elaborate justifications for why you can't succeed, they're creating solutions. While you're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect mentor, the perfect opportunity, they're taking imperfect action and learning from their failures. Your excuses, no matter how valid they seem, have never built anything of value. They've never created success. They've never changed the world. They've only ever done one thing effectively, kept you exactly where you are. The real formula for success isn't complicated or mysterious, it's brutally simple, which makes it all the more difficult to accept. Show up when you don't feel like it. Push through when your body and mind beg for rest. Learn from failures instead of being crushed by them. Focus relentlessly on getting better today than you were yesterday. Do the work even when the motivation fades, even when the doubts creep in, even when no one would blame you for quitting. That's it. That's the formula that has built every great achievement in history. It's not complicated. It's just mercilessly demanding. And that's why most people will never follow it. They'll continue searching for an easier way that doesn't exist. While the disciplined few who embrace this brutal truth pull further and further ahead. Talent is given. Hard work is chosen. Talent has limits. Hard work breaks through them. Talent without hard work leads to nothing but wasted potential and bitter regret. Hard work without talent leads to greatness anyway, because the world makes way for those who refuse to be denied.